What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? I hope you're having a blessed day. It's a very hot day out here in the desert for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all that. I wanted to share my Bears thoughts. I know the last time I talked about that, it was a tribute to a goodbye to Justin Fields. Hope he succeeds. He's on the Steelers now. Maybe he'll win the starting job. Maybe he'll return kicks. I mean, we'll see. That's neither here nor there. My prediction for the Bears, though, however, a couple of things. I could see this either going two ways. I could either see them having a good season where they win at least 10, maybe 11 games, where they do pretty decent in the division, at the very least 3-3, maybe even 4-2. I could see them either beating Minnesota twice or only losing once. That defense, that Brian Flores defense, he loves to go after young new quarterbacks, so we'll see what that's like. And what I'm more so leaning to, it could be a losing season. It could be another 7-8 win season. Unfortunately, not because of the quarterback. I actually like Caleb Williams. I think he's going to be pretty good. But I think we might have a cross between a Cincinnati or a Bucks. Or what's that team? Or a Chargers situation where either there's injuries because the offensive line is not that good. I have not been a fan of the Bears' offensive line for years. Every quarterback, minus one, has gotten injured behind these Chicago Bears offensive lines. And now we do have a solid right tackle. We have the same left tackle who, against a decent pass rush, always gets ran over. I know PFF gave them a pretty decent ranking, but when you play against crappy teams and you're able to blame the previous quarterback saying he held on the ball for too long, certain things just seem to be falling through the cracks. I mean, Ryan Pace has been here this year 3 now for him, and it just seems like he's still not fully addressing the offensive line. We don't have a starting center. We signed a center, but he was a backup in Buffalo, and now he's going to be the starting center. I'm worried about that. I got bad respect for Tevin Jenkins, but he always gets hurt. He gets hurt every year. He misses time. So I'm worried about our center situation. I'm worried about the left tackle. Our right guard, Nate Davis, was not exactly really good either. He was average at best, and he also got injured. So I can see the offensive line, unfortunately, giving up pressures and sacks and Caleb getting beaten up, a la Cincinnati. Or, and this is the even bigger one, I could totally see our head coach not being good, fumbling the bag, and costing us games. He also has been allowed to kind of hide under the radar a little bit because it was all about blaming the previous quarterback. He's no longer there. His head coach really needs to step up. Yeah, the defense got better, but when you play backup quarterbacks, you're supposed to actually play better. And the Bears played a lot of backup quarterbacks and not so good quarterbacks last year. Actually, last year for the NFL, it was one of the highest seasons in years where most of the time a backup quarterback was playing as opposed to a starting quarterback. So for those two things, the offensive line and the head coach, I can see the Bears having a bad season and possibly finishing under 500. Caleb Williams, yeah, he has been brought into a good situation for the most part, but I remember the Chargers, they had a good offense and they had a decent defense, but they had poor coaching. Now they got Harbaugh because 2 coaches have failed. It doesn't matter how good your quarterback is sometimes if your coaching staff sucks. And that coach was allowed to get away with having sketchy players, to say the least, sketchy personnel, I mean, to say the least, who got fired this last season. Now we kept the same offensive line coach, which I don't agree with. We have a new offensive coordinator. Hopefully he's good. He's actually seasoned and veteran for a change, and that's different because the Bears usually hire first-time coaches. Man, I'm watching a relative's dog, and he just won't stop barking. Good dog, though. I do love animals. But, yeah, it's nice that we finally have a offensive coordinator who's actually done the job before for multiple times. But we'll see how he does. And like I said, it could go either way. It could be either really good or it could be either really bad. Obviously, I hope that it goes really good, but we'll see. But those are my thoughts. It could either be a really good season or it could be a bad season where the head coach gets fired. And now Caleb Williams, the number 1 overall pick, the supposed quarterback who's supposed to fix everything, can already be expecting to get another head coach, which means another offensive system and another type of culture being implemented, which you want continuity for your young players, and that could be very well put in danger because of Ryan Poles, the GM. He's made some good moves, but he's also done some things that raise a lot of eyebrows. But he's allowed to get away with it for now because all the eyes and attention was on the previous quarterback. He was the scapegoat. But that guy's gone. But anyway, that's my prediction. You guys have a good one. Stay blessed.